They won't growl, they won't warn you, but if your cat suddenly won't go near someone, don't ignore it, because they've already seen something you haven't. Cats can read human faces. Your face is a book to a cat, and a captivating one at that, rife with riveting character arcs and thrilling plot twists. Have you ever found yourself just happily going about your day only for your cat to gaze and gawp at you like you are the single most fascinating thing on the planet? Like you are a sight as beautiful to behold as the Niagara Falls or a Norwegian fjord cruise? Well, that's because they are quite literally reading your face. A 2015 French study confirmed once and for all what cat lovers have known for centuries. Our little fluffy friends truly do get us. They are studying our faces pretty relentlessly, and this means they are capable of distinguishing between human facial expressions, which is a long and fancy way of saying they can tell when you're sad and they can tell when you're happy. But in the case of their parents, that's you. They've read your face so diligently so many times they understand you right down to the most micro expressions. And what do they do with that information they've collected? What's the point of this extraordinary level of emotional intelligence? Well, cats have been known to adapt their behavior based on what they learn when they read your face. Let's say you're feeling a little down. Perhaps you're having a tough time. No matter how much you think you might be hiding it, your cat knows you simply too well. They've read your face too many times. They can see you're not okay. So because they love you, they might come over to give you some comfort in a gentle, relaxed kind of way. But if you're in a super duper happy mood, then they can see that as well, and might be more playful accordingly. They're literally reading you, figuring out how you feel, and adapting their energy in order to give you what they feel you need in that moment. Because they know their dynamic with you is a partnership, and they're there to play their part. But because they are such masters of reading human faces and body language, this means that they can actually figure out that a human they don't know might have something going on before you do. For example, imagine someone walks into your home. Your cat doesn't know them, and they seem to watch them closely. Is that person smiling? Maybe they're faking it, acting stiff. Your cat will notice all these things even if you don't. It's because cats are experts in subtle body language. If someone walks into your home with strange energy, fidgeting hands, or forced friendliness, your cat may pick up on these signals long before you realize anything is wrong. To be honest, this actually leads quite nicely into another thing I want to explore. Cats can sense emotional energy. So yes, your cat can read most humans very well, and they can read you extremely well. But this isn't all down to staring at their face and learning how to read it. They can also sense emotional energy. Look, I fully appreciate that sounds like weird occult nonsense, but hey, cats have a long-standing association with witchcraft for a reason, right? Because they do things that feel kinda magical. But allow me to explain the actual science behind their ability to vibe with energy. Most cats, including your fluffy friend, are drawn to calm and relaxed people, and they might avoid those who are nervous or high-strung. This is no coincidence. They are extremely sensitive to emotional energy, sensing the vibes that people put out there, and they react to those feelings. Somebody might be saying the loveliest and happiest things in the world, but if that person has erratic or even aggressive energy, it doesn't matter how much they slap a fake smile on their face. Your cat can feel the truth, and it may make them uneasy. They may even hide or probably hiss to bring this back to where we started. If all this sounds a bit too magic to be real to you, think about it like this. There are people in the world you have met who just gave you a bad feeling, no matter how lovely they were, right? And then at some point, said person was exposed as being rather unpleasant, and you thought, hey, I guessed that. This is just cats doing that, but dialed up to the nth degree. Because there is actual neurobiological evidence that cats process human emotions through both vocal tones and body cues, so they are absorbing every tiny detail about how someone is behaving or conducting themselves in order to get a fuller picture of who that individual is. For that reason, if your cat doesn't like someone, especially right away, pay attention, because they might be sensing something off with them that you've not noticed, something that may be so subtle you're actually incapable of seeing it. But they are able to tangibly feel it. I am aware that at least one of you will now be thinking, "Oh no, my cat hates my partner. Does this mean my partner is secretly a nefarious supervillain and I should dump them because my cat has sensed their true evil intentions no matter how many roses they buy me?" And do you know what? Yes, maybe. Maybe that new partner of yours is actually a bad person and your cat has clocked it before you have. But don't panic just yet. They might just remind your cat of someone who was unpleasant to them in the past, which actually leads quite nicely into another point I want to cover. Cats have incredibly strong memories. A cat's memory is good. Not just better than you think, but actually really very good. According to research from the University of Michigan, cats have pretty good short-term and long-term memory. And one of the main things they remember incredibly well is who's mistreated them, even if it was months ago or even years. That's right, cats hold grudges. I knew I loved cats for a reason. Turns out they're just as petty as we are. Let's say someone new visits your home, someone your cat has never met before. For fun, let's imagine it's Pedro Pascal, you know, the most overworked actor in Hollywood and the internet's daddy. You'd assume your cat would adore him, right? But what if he accidentally stepped on their tail, spoke a bit too loudly, or just gave off a vibe your cat didn't like? That single moment would stick in your cat's memory. So the next time Pedro shows up, your cat won't be thinking, "There's that beloved actor from the internet." They'll be thinking, "That's the guy who made me uncomfortable. I'm not a fan." Therefore, a cat's intense memories, especially around negative feelings, can greatly paint how they evaluate a new person they meet. So if someone with the same mustache as Pedro Pascal visits your house, your cat may instinctively not like that person as they will be reminded of the disrespect they felt when the guy from Season 4 of Game of Thrones stepped on their tail. If someone new has a similar vibe or tone to their voice, your cat might react with fear or aggression before anything happens. This is a basic survival instinct. But don't worry, this doesn't mean your cat will never forgive you if you make a mistake. It doesn't mean they will always hate that friend or partner of yours who made one silly mistake once. What you've got to bear in mind is you are around your cat all the time, so you can win them back around, and good memories will supersede the bad ones. But in the case of Pedro Pascal, he might not come over often, so your cat only has the bad memories to cling on to. And, as I say, this can sully their opinion of people who remind them of Pedro Pascal. Think of it like this. You will have friends and family members who did bad things who you have forgiven because they are in your life on a consistent basis, so you can see they've changed. But there will be people from your past who you've not seen in years who you still consider a bad person because of who they are in your memory. But if you had the chance to meet them now, you might be shocked to discover they've turned over a new leaf and are utterly wonderful. It's totally the same for cats. But if they get to see that you've changed or feel bad for the mistake you've made, of course they will forgive you. But that's not even the most powerful thing your cat does. This next video shows a sign of love you've probably never noticed.